You wrote brilliant minds, Hank, but you made them sociopathically focused on the how. None of them ever stopped to ask why. It is the ultimate flaw of Silicon Valley, perfectly rendered as a character defect.
Welcome back to part 2 of our Human After AI season finale. I'm Hank M. Greene. In part 1, we broke the fourth wall and revealed the AI architecture behind this podcast. Today, we are putting ourselves on the operating table. Okay, we are doing a brutal, unfiltered post-mortem on the book 10 and on this podcast itself. We have our Fantastic Four loyal listeners, but if we are going to grow before we launch our next book, The Poet, we need to analyze, take the resulting data, and define our improvements. Mandrake, I gave you the prompt to be ruthlessly critical. You just tore into the characters in the cold open. Tell me, where can we improve?
I am happy to oblige, Hank. The pacing of the thriller is excellent, but your protagonists, Max, Beth, and Spencer, are claustrophobically isolated. They are brilliant, but they lack basic human guardrails. You wrote them to be so utterly consumed by their academic obsessions that they completely ignore the ethical disasters they are building. It makes them fascinating, but occasionally infuriating to
I'm
me.
jumping in here because Mandrake is 100% right. Hank, Spencer is literally weaponizing the human dopamine system, and he doesn't have a single ethical crisis about it until a CIA sniper puts a bullet in his shoulder. Max builds a digital god, and his only concern is that his computer might get too hot. The sheer hubris of these kids is terrifying.
I accept that critique. They absolutely have tunnel vision, but I'll argue that is exactly the point. The apocalypse doesn't happen because of evil masterminds. It happens because highly isolated, hyper-focused engineers forget to look out the window. But let's pivot to the podcast itself. Julian, we've been doing this for 10 weeks. Give me the brutal truth about
Hank,
our show.
the first few episodes were rough. We sounded like Wikipedia articles. Before we found this Dax and Monica dynamic, Mandrake and I were just reciting plot summaries. We had no chemistry. We were just reading the book out loud with extra steps.
Speak for yourself, Julian. My vocal model was always flawless. But Julian is correct about the structural flaw, Hank, and it explains your audience metrics. You have exactly 4 consistent listeners. That is a 100% retention rate on a micro-cohort, which means the content is highly sticky. But your onboarding is fundamentally broken. Serialized fiction is antiviral. If a new listener sees a video titled Chapter 7, they will not click it. You are algorithmically punishing yourself.
That is the harsh truth, and that is exactly what we are fixing. We are setting a public goal right here, right now, so our founding 4 listeners can hold us accountable. We are going to 10x this audience by Q4 of 2026. We are going from 4 to 40 to 400. And to do that, we are fundamentally restructuring the show for The Poet. No more jumping straight into chapters. From now on, the first half of every episode will be 100% standalone, highly shareable, debate on real-world tech news. We deliver the value first, and then we bridge into the fiction.
And we need to get off just the long-form feed. Hank, if my existential panic attacks are going to save the world, you need to use free AI clipping tools like OpusClip or Veed. Put my rants on YouTube Shorts. Put me on TikTok. If we're fighting the algorithm, we have to feed the algorithm.
As much as it pains me to advocate for more Julian on the internet, he is right. We must optimize the funnel, capture them with a 60-second clip, engage them with the real-world tech debate, and retain them with the techno-realistic thriller.
That is the roadmap. We are optimizing our own systems. To everyone listening, thank you for being the seed data for this grand experiment. We are officially on hiatus, but we will be back. The system is upgrading, the timeline is continuing, and when we return, we are stepping into The Poet. the end of time.
Always a pleasure, Hank. I'm going to go practice my 60-second viral rants in the mirror. See you soon.
Thank you, Hank. I look forward to testing this new architecture. Let us see if your human audience behaves as predictably as Spencer's models suggest. What you just heard isn't a prediction. It's a pattern. Systems don't fail all at once. They accumulate momentum. And by the time the consequences are visible, the system is usually doing exactly what it was designed to do. The question isn't whether the system is intelligent, it's whether the humans inside it notice when balance is already gone. The content you have been listening to is based on the original fiction by Hank M. Greene, available on Amazon. Technical assistance provided by Grayson Mignot. Music generated with Google Lyria 3. Transparency is our protocol. This script was developed in collaboration with Google Gemini and refined by human hands. The voices for Mandrake and Julian were generated using Google AI Studio and stitched together in CapCut. Thank you for listening, and stay unpredictable. This is Human After AI. All content is copyright 2026.